Hello everybody. In today's video, what I want to do is talk about my experience buying a truck from Penske. If you've seen any of a few of my other videos before this one, ended up having the truck go down on me, so ended up buying a new one. Instead of going with a private owner, decided to go with Penske this time, hoping for better long-lasting results, because last one I had problems with it from day one. So yeah, as far as the whole process of starting to buy a truck from Penske to actually having it and putting it down the road, I guess that's pretty much what I want to talk about. So first off and foremost, any trucks that you want to take a look at on Penske, all of them are going to be online on their website, Penske Used Trucks. They do have trucks that you can look at if you decide to go to the place, but it really depends, because if you go online, you'll see whatever city that you're at, you'll see that they got some trucks on the website, but they might not actually be there at that point in time. And that was something that I had came across, because I was like, I found something like Chesapeake or something like that. And instead of it actually being in Chesapeake, when I called the place, let them know, hey, I saw y'all had a truck up here in the area. I want to take a look at it because I'm thinking about buying it. They was like, well, what's the number on the truck? What's the truck unit? And I told them the unit, and it was like, actually, that's in like Pennsylvania. They let me know that the trucks, they might be stationed at a certain location, but because they aren't sold yet, they're not under contract yet, they are constantly moving, like if they're getting rented out. So that's the situation. So yeah, that's was something worth knowing. There are times where if you buy the truck that is stationed at, it says it's uploaded in a certain place, they will go ahead and get the truck moved back to the original location, unless it's actually closer to you where it is currently. Then you can ask them to try to keep it in that area. So that is the thing. Decided to stick somewhere close in my area to find a truck. And that's what I did. But originally I was like, man, let me go up north. Let me see if I can go, even if I have to go like 8 hours away, let me just go ahead and see if I can find something up there that has, low miles and still looks good. They got 3 different conditions that you can buy a truck in. Condition 1 means it passes all DOT inspections, and it not only passes it, but it actually like passes it with flying colors. You know what I'm saying? Number 2, condition 2 is that it passes DOT inspections. And condition 3 is that it either does not, it has something significantly wrong with it, or it has not been checked out yet. So they can't let you know whether or not there's something wrong with it. I decided to try to get a condition 2 because, condition 1 would be an extra couple, I don't even think it's an extra couple thousand. Like it might be like an extra $5,000-$6,000 to get it in, condition 1. But either way, that was just something that I noticed might not even be the right word, but I'm not going to even focus on that. Something that I did notice is that they have discounts on certain trucks. Like you'll see on Penske, they might have manager special, and it can be anywhere as low as like $2,000 to upwards like $12,000. I asked the representative about that, and they told me that the discounts are absolutely random. So they don't know when or why they decide to pick those particular trucks to make them a special. I don't know if I can, in retrospect, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna say in retrospect, because I thought about this even while I was buying the truck. This seems kind of iffy on that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's probably something going on with it, just some shenanigans. It's probably the best way to put it. Somebody might say, okay, we putting $5,000 off. We're taking $5,000 off this, but in reality, we aren't. We're just, fiddling around with the price and making it look like we are. Hey, $12,000 off this particular truck, even though, probably the real price anyway. Like I said, I don't know if they do that for real. I don't know if that's actually what happens, but I wouldn't be surprised. That's all I'm saying. They had two different specials. I can't remember what the other one was. It was just, I know it's a manager special and then some other one. But either way, I ended up talking to one of the representatives, and they helped me with, going through the process. I ended up being able to get a couple of $1,000s off the actual end product, so that was something. So don't just go up there thinking that you got to pay the price that they got. Go down at least a little bit, I'm assuming, so they can get that, the sale. Another thing is that if you buy a truck from there, they do a DOT inspection, and it has to pass DOT inspection before they give it to you. So once you buy it and all the paperwork signed, they will still take somewhere between 2 to 4 weeks to have it go in the shop. You know what I'm saying? You can have them waive that. And if they do waive it, you can also try to negotiate a little bit more off of the sale price. I wouldn't do that. I didn't do that, and I wouldn't recommend it because, there might be even more stuff wrong with it than they have initially said. Especially if you're in the area and you can go take a look at it, and then you go find some stuff in there like, okay, something wrong with here, something wrong here, something wrong here. But if you're nowhere near the area, then you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You will have 14 days to let Penske know, hey, something is significantly wrong with this truck that y'all missed, but you only get 14 days. And, you don't want to fly out somewhere to try to grab the truck and then you take a look at it and you're like, oh, something's actually wrong with this truck. So then you can't even take the truck with you that day. Unless you're going to drive the truck back to your hometown and then try to find a Penske over there. I mean, you could do that, but you'll see up north, a lot of trucks up there will have lower mileage than the ones down south, and that should obviously make sense because, places like New York, Cincinnati, things like that, there'd be a lot more stop and goes versus where you're anywhere else, and it's just more, it's just less stop and goes. Even though they got different mileage, like even upwards like 100,000 to maybe 150,000 miles difference, they still have the same price range. They're still somewhere in the same price range because Penske is looking at it as the wear on the actual engine is probably close to the same amount because of all the start and stops. So keep that in mind if you decide to buy a truck from there, or just in general, actually. But yeah, other than that, I did have one guy that was, well, probably, it's, they're salesmen. So I did have one dude, they're ready to sell. I ain't gonna say person was pushy. They was just like, but they were trying to, they were trying to clearly get the sale. So I guess that's the best way of putting it. I think it was only really one question where it was like, which was around the mileage. It's like where I asked, like, hey, why is this the same price as some of these other ones with, even though it has lower mileage? And or I asked something like, hey, where has this truck been, and something like that. And he's like, oh, well, we don't really know. Whereas another representative said they did know. So one of them didn't know what he was talking about with that particular question. So yeah, it just is what it is on that one. But overall, the truck, for the most part, is fine. It still has like right now I've been using the truck for about 2.5, almost 3 months, I do have a check engine light that came on. I got to figure out what's going on there because I don't have any codes that popped up with it. It drives fine, so it's something that isn't, you know, it doesn't seem like it's something significant, but there is something wrong with it. There is also a leak. There's a coolant leak somewhere, which is a very big deal, and kind of nervous about that, but I haven't seen any discoloration from the coolant yet, so it might not be a situation where it's getting mixed in with the exhaust or oil, because I've had both of those situations with my last truck, and that's part of why I was saying earlier I've had problems with that truck since day one, and that was one of the problems. So, like a $10,000 problem, to be specific. $10,000 plus. Now think about it, since it, man, God, this sucks. At any rate, man, new truck. This truck working fine. The overall customer service was good. Even when it switched over from the representative that I was doing sales with, or not that I was doing sales with, the salesman that I was working with to get a truck, to when he passed it over to the person that I had communication with while the truck was getting inspected, that was good service as well. They usually stayed on top of talking to me and everything like that at least 3 times a week. So yeah, it was cool. And the other thing, as far as the inspection was concerned, the people that, you know, did the actual inspection, they noticed a lot of stuff that I honestly wouldn't have thought they would have did anything with. Like the tires, for example. They switched out at least 6 out of 8, you know, drive tires. So I didn't think they was going to do that, but I'm glad they did, because they're all brand new. And then they did a whole bunch of other stuff. There was some things that I did catch, like one of the codes was popped up. One of the codes had popped up, and there was like some, what do you want to call it? It was just like a hole in the floor. It didn't go all the way through the floor. It was just like, you know, somebody moving there, like, you know, traction on the floor, somebody rubbing their feet on the floor, whatever, created a hole. They patched that up. And yeah, there was just a bunch of other things that they did that I didn't catch. Like there was another leak that they found. Whatever they found as far as leak, see if I can locate that joint, because that might be the leak that I need to go ahead and fix myself. At the end of the day, I had a good experience, and I would buy another truck at Penske again. Maybe not a 2018, probably would do maybe at least 2019, 2020. Still wouldn't get a brand new truck, you know what I'm saying? It's too much money, wouldn't do that. But overall, that's it. Hopefully y'all got some information out of this. I know I went a little long on it, so yeah, hopefully that was good enough information for you. So yeah, if you're thinking about getting the truck from Penske, as a person that's not getting paid by them at all or anything like that, I had a good enough experience that I could say I could recommend it. And I'll leave it there. So whether or not you decide you want to go with buying a truck from Penske, let me know in the comment section, and I'll see y'all in another video.